What is happening? Hello. I'll get that right. I figured I was bored. Let's do this. This lawn mowing guy, for the love of Pete.
Yeah. What up? This is Dr. Dre.
Hey,
Party's going on. Thank God it's Friday.
what's happening? Where's everybody at? Hello. No way. I was actually really sleepy, but I started going through this stuff. I'm like, and I'm doing a show Sunday, but I thought, why not? Parrot head. So I'm like, wake up, quack attacker. Friday, if you don't catch the angle here. Maybe sharing the show. Yeah, we'll see. Raw coins, belt buckles, knives. Who knows what I'll do? Mimi, it was so sad. The jar I sold you with the TC on it, the embossed, sold for $27 on Poshmark. I had to cancel. Then it sold on eBay for $27. I had to cancel. So, like I said, people think I'm just making stuff up. I'm not. So, enjoy, my friend. I'm looking for another one. I pray I have another one. I don't think I do. Even though I still have some bangers left for sure. But yeah, I tried to tell people. Yeah, the eBay and the I sold it twice because I didn't delist it like a smart human would. But yeah, I think I sold to you for like whatever, $3, $4, $5. I try to tell people. I try to tell them. I'm not playing around. Oh yeah. No. I wouldn't take it back from you for nothing. No way. Not a chance. I'm just trying to express the fact that people think, oh, shucks, he's just saying something. And I'm like, I'm just saying, jump in while the water's warm because next week the pool will be closed. No, it's all good. My eBay, hey, I have been shipping every day. My eBay's actually, even in jail, we were at dinner tonight, and I told my wife, I said, well, I just made, well, I didn't make $250, but I sold $250 while we were sitting there. 3 auctions ended. But no. We're good there. They can't keep me out, maybe. I hope one day. Oh. Well, I probably shouldn't say. Just check out the TikTok. Exciting stuff about to happen. Maybe it doesn't work. I don't know. I'm just saying. Just like that jar, that's my whole point. My daughter's getting married next Saturday. My sister will be there. My sister is a genius. And I don't mean that in a half-hearted, like, graduated as a junior, absolute wizard, and the same person I got the mason jars off of is big on investing. So put two and two together. I'm just saying. And again, who knows? But that's my point. That is my point. That's my only point. Normally, I don't even have a point. I just talk. But gonna be awesome. Mimi, let's see. What's today? Friday. Yeah, you'll probably get tomorrow or Monday. That Russian stuff, sometimes I'm like, now granted, again, I don't care. You treated me right. We're good.
Me and my team will give
For
you
sure.
the best shape of your adult
But
clean.
that is crazy.
That actually commands respect, and if it doesn't work,
No.
you don't pay.
Nope. Never, ever, ever, my friend. Nope.
You wouldn't still be disappointed.
If I ever do, well, just like the Russian
wouldn't still be
stuff. You did what was right. I am thrilled.
Any noticeable results?
Yes, I did. It didn't never showed up until I went into whatnot. That's what I'm saying. We are good. Like I profited. You've got a great item. That's what That's what I'm about.
They don't account for
not a problem at all.
Sleep or work.
But I would love to break all that down because I only comp one little thing, and I think there's 23. There's like 2 ladles,
feel like you're doing the work,
2 different size little glasses, and I'm like, what is that really? Now, granted, I don't care to tell you this either.
If you had
I got them low.
Keep them on payroll,
but I'm like, what is that whole set? Like it would be, I'd love to know at the end of the day, just for knowledge sake,
accountable for the outcome.
Because there's a plate.
We get paid for results.
Stemmed 4 or 6 stemmed, and
everything is built around one thing.
Like I said, I think it's 23 items.
We don't sell sessions,
but very, very cool. And again, hey, you've earned it, my friend. You've earned it. If you hadn't, I may feel differently if it was someone else, but I love it.
And access to one of the best medical teams in the country.
That's what it's about.
Physiology.
Honestly,
you've already transformed over 6,000.
But anyways,
and in 2000,
no, I appreciate you. That is the key, or else I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it.
We continue to
like I said, some days are great, some aren't. But hey, I appreciate the support and all that stuff.
Didn't pay for activity; they paid for the
result.
But
I can't wait. And again, maybe none of this comes to fruition.
If you've had a trainer,
but I am really, really excited about the next week to find out what it's going to take. Sorry,
we don't.
What it's going to take to. I just shouldn't say here. But anyways, if you were into I'm sorry, raw coins, belt buckles, knives. That's what I'm doing today. I set up a show for Sunday and going to do raw, vintage lighters, watches, that sort of thing. But I was going through stuff tonight and I thought, man, it's about the perfect time to just hang out and see what we can sell. I have stacks of phones here. If you're in the need of an Apple or Android product, I have them broken and working. Right now, they're locked. After this show, I've been charging them. Trying to figure out which ones work, which ones don't. But we'll run something. I'm waiting for my magic number here. But yeah, if you're looking for something, there's no bullion. I do have some silver. I actually have silver jewelry if the show goes right. If not, I'll run it Sunday. All 925, Walking Liberties, Mercury Dimes. I have a national championship Georgia belt buckle. I figured I'd probably need to run that Sunday. I'm probably going to list some of this. I've got BU rolls of pennies, $1 Lincoln dollar coins, Sacagaweas, lots of Kennedy halves, a lot of wartime nickels, a lot of dimes, a lot Well, I've got 8 $2 bills. I've got a Brinks Bank $5 Civil War $5 note. Yeah, I figured it probably would. Like last week, it's been a little weird, but it's kind of funny. It's like, yeah, that's why I thought I'd jump on and just hang out. And if nothing sells, I'm okay with that. Just like the other night, it was totally cool. Just hanging out, talking, telling stories. Yeah, spring break. Look, we've got 2 weddings, my daughter and her good friend. We've got prom, graduation for my 3rd child. My 2nd child had award night for college. She didn't win female athlete of the year. She was nominated top 4, but what are you gonna do? So yeah, lots going on. Hutch is in the building. Hutch, what do you think about this? Just came in the mail. Kind of scary from the D rhymes with mop. So I didn't even wash it. I literally just put it on. Jimmy Buffett. If you didn't know, I am a parrot head. I missed out on the one I should have bought. My gosh. Legit 1978. When did not change it's not Wish You Were Here. I forget the album, but it was legit late 70s and I didn't buy it. But if you didn't, well, I'm not going to tell all my secrets, guys. Hutch, I may actually go out yard selling tomorrow. I have not been this year yet. Haven't needed to. But I have really pressed my bay. I did get back on Vendu. So statically, I just sold this Buddha statue. Probably too cheap, $35. It's big. So I'm down to 1 Buddha statue, but this one is probably 18 by 14, I'm guessing. So luckily the shipping's on there. But yeah. So Hutch, meet me out there sourcing. I don't need to do a lot because I've been really I can show these. Just sold my driver. And maybe do you really? Oh, Mimi, I buy them every time I find them. They take it's pretty consistent at like a month to 3 months, but they always go. Okay, so my grandfather, my dad's dad, had yellow fever, had no eyebrows, no hair, big old beer belly, but not sagging, like that hard, round. And he was the guy, originally in northern Michigan, but moved to Florida. Pink flamingos and the Buddha statues. So every time I see one, I just think of him. Like I can smell a pipe, a cigar, Kessler, and Old Milwaukee's best. Like for legit, walking around white golf shorts, no shirt on, no hair on his chest, nothing. Just Florida tan, socks on with patent leather white shoes. If you know, you know. That's what it reminds me of. So every time I see one, I buy one. And I've never lost on a Buddha statue. But this one's big. This one is really big. My second big one. I sold the wooden one, but this one is like, it may be wooden or resin, but it's like silver glittered, whatever. But yeah, oh, here we go. Okay, I've had these for over 2 years. They were brand new in boxes. Of course, the boxes sat out in rain, so they've been dirty. So I got my hose out, got my soap. They are lacrosse. But back in the day, you slip these on, literally unworn, like dead stock. I've got 3 or 4 pairs. and they are 12s to 14s, made in the USA, lacrosse, slip on. These are actually looking pretty slick. And they were brand new, but I can't sell them as new because they've sat around. But you talk about some dead stock. That's awesome. Those are lacrosse made in the great US of A. Yeah. BMB Metals SDO or S. Cast. Dr. Drew. That's perfect, Dr. Drew. I probably need some counseling. I was gonna mess around with this, but I'm pretty sure that's gold. I need to check that out, but I will run something here. Oh, that's from Atomic Comics. That is signed by the lead role in Rad. Oh, I did figure this out. Not John Jones. I messaged Tyler's Comics. That is Victor Belfort is who it is. Not John Jones, so it's not worth 500. But still, I got it listed for 75 bucks. Victor Belfort. I sent him the picture. I'm like, because we messaged back and forth about figuring that out. He's like, I'm 99% sure. Well, I got to looking. Finally took some time, and I'm like, I found it without a shadow of a doubt. Not all. I'm 99.99999%. It's Victor Belfort. I don't know why it looks like BAD, but I mean, I have a picture side by side. It's identical, but it's for sale. And if you like Victor Belfort, still cool, but not worth 500. Yeah, but yeah. Oh, this is what I was going to show. Touch, watch. It's the best. Okay, so it goes. Now it's same thing with music. I say my top 5. I really mean my top 500. But Rad, Gleaming the Cube, Point Break, the original, of course, Top Gun's in there. But Training Day, Serpico, Scarface, Dog Days Afternoon. But any 80s, I even like Pretty in Pink, Better Off Dead. What's the other one? On Golden Pond, is that right? 16 Candles. The 80s stuff is awesome to me, but Rad is, what is the one with the wrestler? It sounds like it's a space movie, but it's the wrestling one. That's a great one. No, Rad, come on, dude. And look, I have a scooter, a Kent scooter I just picked up a few weeks ago. And I'm, like I said, I'm a skateboarder, so rollerblades and scooters are out. But my kids rode the stainless steel or aluminum little razors. But I have the full Kent with the mags, handbrakes, and I put it in storage here just yesterday. I just kind of cleaned it off with soap, but that's one of those things I'd love to redo. There's like 3 things I have that I would love to just take the time and do the whole just complete redo. Can you imagine one of those Kents? I got grandkids, handbrakes are working, painted. It's got the Nerf pads on the handlebars. And I don't know if you were like me. We didn't have a lot of money. So I grew up in a neighborhood, and my first bike was a not a Redline, a Roadmaster. Big difference. My grandmother bought my sister a bike for her birthday and bought me one too. The first brand new bike I ever had. All mine were like 3 speeds that my dad had or something. Our neighbors we put together. And I joke all the time because I'm a carpenter. I have tools. Well, I grew up fixing bikes with vice grips and like no socket sets, no drawer of wrenches, just tin snips, vice grips, stripping out nuts, busting my knuckles up, and I finally got a mongoose with mags. I'd give anything to have that thing. Heavy, couldn't bunny hop because the mags were so heavy, but yeah. Yeah, I'm a hardcore wannabe BMXer. I have a story. I had that Roadmaster. It's like a fake BMX bike, but it was brand new. And we had one empty lot on the fourth street. Our four streets connected by one in the back. And this kid had an empty lot. Jared Sylvie ended up playing football at Wyoming. He's the one I called the bully that used to check me the first time they come out with aluminum hockey sticks. He called me. He made his own nickname, the Ghost, because I was pretty good at hockey, and he would just like follow me around, check me. But he had an empty lot, and it was like this. And when I say every single day, I mean every single day, would rebuild this dirt track. So this kid shows up, poser with a red line. And we're sitting at the top of the hill, and he made it. There's a berm up there, and it went downhill to a tabletop. And, this kid was one of those, well, I'll just leave that out. One of those kids whose parents had money and talked the game, but he wasn't going to go hit the jump. So me, being rad, thought, I'll take this Roadmaster down here and I'll show these two older bullies what I'm made of. So I pedal off, take off, hit the first jump, over the handlebars, smack, wind knocked out of me, get up, can't breathe. And the worst feeling is someone tries to grab you. Well, across the street was my best friend's dad's best friend, who was the Ann Arbor police, former Marine. And he comes over. I'll never forget that. I was probably like 10. But yeah, I hit the tabletop first, and I paid for it. So don't tell me about radical. It's not about the tricks. It's about, can you get the wind knocked out of you and get back up and do it again? Thank you. Courtesy of Atomic Comics. Autograph. I've got several. Jax gave me one that's sitting over here. Jax Clothing gave me this one. Stay rad. I love the front hit too. That's tap worthy right there. And then I forget who gave me this one. Someone sent me this one. Rad Dad. I've got Rad Dad socks. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So because my algorithm follows me, they'll send these videos that GT. I never had bikes like that. I just didn't. That's why, like, I can't tell you the time since being a reseller that somebody had a red line or GT. I didn't have that. I never did. The Mongoose was the best, and it was heavy. I mean, but the day I got it, there's a great story. Sorry, we're just talking. If you want something, holler at me. But the day I got it, he bought it from my neighbor, leaned against their barn. They used to play basketball on they had this like barn. And my dad bought it for $15. White with black mags, been sitting in the rain. I WD-40'd it, whatever. We had probably old oil. And it wasn't even daylight. I dreamed about it. And I woke up and I'd just ride it up and down the street. We had a dirt road at that time. And I'd just hit potholes. And my next door neighbor lived like 12 feet from me. So I went over and knocked on the door. Now, mind you, this is like, I don't know, summer day, maybe it was a Saturday. And his mom, Dad was a old Vietnam vet cop, and I think back, I'm thinking, what were they thinking? Like, and they were family to me, literally family. And I could have walked in the door probably if it was unlocked. But Miss Bursky comes out. She goes, "What?" You know, kind of a raspy voice. And I said, "Is Matt up?" He's like, "No, Scott. It's like 5:30 in the morning." So whatever. To me, it was 5 hours, but I'm just riding up and down the road. We had a lake nearby. Rode down to the lake, rode up the hill. I'm just bunny hopping around, just feeling like the top of the world. Knock back on there. Finally, about the third time I did that, it's probably 7:30 in the morning. Rich comes out in his whitey tighties. He's not really my godfather, but he's my godfather. And and I'm quoting, "God damn it, Scott." He said, "Matt'll be up when he gets up." And can you imagine, like, I don't know, 10 or 12 years old, just feeling the top of the world, just wanting somebody to see my new bike. Got me whatever terrible wrench, moved those handlebars forward, rode my bike probably 10 miles to Myers, Thrifty Acres, collected bottles all day to get me a Haro plate on the front. Yes, that's real. Oh my gosh, I could tell stories all day. Yes, so cool, man. So, like, you talk about the funnest days of your life and had no idea, no idea. So when those memes come up, like it shows a bunch of kids with bikes, they're like, "This was the last day that these kids played outside. And none of them knew it." That is wild. uh, but yeah, BMX had kids from two or three through the woods. We call it the horse trails in Michigan, and uh, Anthony Nabosny, I'll never forget, came up. I think he had a GT pulled up. He had a mullet, rat's tail, hair shaved up to here. I'll never forget I did that because the older kids had, like, you just take a razor and just cut your hair, white wallet. I'll never forget. And we had to go to some function. My parents were pretty conservative, and my dad's like, "What did you do to your head?" And I thought I was so cool, but I'll never forget. Like, I'm in trouble. Oh, that's good stuff. Sorry, I'm just rambling. I'm just a rambling man. Oh, oh, we had a mall with an arcade and Slurpees, all that. That's so funny you said that because that was my biggest fear. But I grew up in a neighborhood. Oh, Waterford? No, very, very close. Brighton. Yeah, I went to school in Wixom, to a little Christian school in Wixom. But Waterford, yeah, I lived in not Clarkston, Ortonville, which is basically outside of Clarkston. Yeah, Waterford for sure. Drove down M59 many of times. Many times. Matter of fact, that was wild. Just hit me. I had a girlfriend I dated in junior high died on M59. Sorry, I didn't mean to go dark there. That just, when I said that, I was like, I was trying to think if I ever got wrecked. Well, yeah, I did. I went through a windshield on M59 in Heartland. That's why my brain's a little bit messed up. I had a Chevette, my grandfather, the only car that was given to me from 16 to 21. I had 17 vehicles, and I never wrecked one on my own at all. But that shows you the blue collar I grew up in. Like, they were all $500 specials. But my grandfather gave me a Chevette. We were in Heartland. We're going to pick up my buddy Chuck, and I missed my turn. There's a Burger King, and a kid in a sweet Mustang pull up in front of me. I didn't go through the windshield. Luckily, my hat hit, and I got a scar here. That used to be in my hairline, but bleeding all over my face. My buddy Jeff's like, "Get me out of here." And I get out, and at that time, Pantera was big. So I go in the Burger King. My whole face is covered in blood. And I looked at my buddy Jeff and I said, back in the call. And I'll never forget going to Burger King and I'm like, can I use your phone? And of course, adrenaline's kicking. So I'm cussing. And they're looking at me like, what? Did you get shot in the forehead? It wasn't that bad, but I did smash the whole windshield with my forehead. And I'll never forget my dad. I'm sitting on the curb, ambulance, cops, all this. My dad just flies over the curb sideways. Respect, Dad. Because my buddy, I guess, when he called my parents, said Scott's bleeding, and that's all they heard. So the next day, we go to the Chevette to the record yard, and the kid's Mustang sitting right next to my car. We kicked out everything that wasn't damaged. We kicked out, stole his radio, and he had Easy Does It, not Easy Does It. The response to Dre, 187 Killer with real G's. And I'll never forget to this day bumping that kid's radio in my next car, hot wired, wires just barely together, bumping his stuff in my car. Because I said, you had to get a burger. And mind you, my face covered in blood. But anyways, sorry, I could go on and on. I do have some silver. I've got some silver coins. I've got silver jewelry. Greg's like, great story, bro. I can never hold up. Yep, too much flannel, too much Cypress Hill. $1941. Ooh. Let me add something here. Hold on.
If you're a man who makes at least 150,
all right,
you feel self-conscious about your gut sticking out. I'll get shredded, or you won't pay a dime.
Why are you trying to tell me that?
Thor or Brad Pitt in Fight Club level of ripped, and we're gonna do so with an exclusive, fully tailored, white-gloved approach that the average Joe will never have access to. So keep watching. I'm John Madsen, founder of Superhuman. We help high-income men get shredded without spending the entire day working out and putting chicken and lettuce in a plastic container like the broke gym junkie who has no life outside the gym.
1941, Walking Liberty.
You can have all the money you want in your bank account, but if your body doesn't match up, your neighbors and coworkers won't really respect you, your kids won't look up to you, and your wife.
We're starting 15 seconds, 1941, Walking Liberty, that is silver.
They may not say it.
I do not have a preset envelope shipping, so let me know what the shipping says if I need to adjust it, because it may be crazy. Because I think my macros are automatically set on 12 by 12.
Your personal trainer has you do, the scale never moves. The abs they hidden under the handfuls of fat and the body, strength, and energy you used to have go further and further out of reach. You need something different and
anything? No, I don't. Most of mine is raw. No. Oh, hello. No, but I have access. If you're interested, I have I've got a connection. I can get slabs, but he's a little high, I think, for me to flip. He wants a 90. They're different gears, but if you're just buying silver for silver, then it's like I said, I can take all this, get this all sold silver tomorrow. I'm more of a year hunter. raw coins, error coins. Like I said, this jewelry, if I sell it for silver, it'll be 25 bucks. If I sell it because it has a signature, I'll get 150. So, yeah, if you're looking for bullion, I won't be the coin guy for sure. Or melt for sure. Yeah, there's plenty of sellers on here with, look, that's who I buy from. Like I said, thought I had a $10,000 coin. I actually broke the slab. Here's a slab. Thank you, my friend. Like I said, I appreciate you. If I get into that, and I thought about getting into some of that, I will eventually. But yeah, I appreciate you. But just so you know, that's a 1976. I thought that was partially silver. If it was, it'd be a monster. But that alone, as a $250 coin, just look at the toning. Is it balling? Look at. I do have some BU. Bank uncirculated. Those are all Lincolns. I'll run something, or else I just want to tell stories. Lincoln, untouched until I just touched that and put them in the. Well, the first time was putting them in these just whatever an hour ago. Bank uncirculated. Let's count them. 15. So that's $15 worth bank uncirculated Lincoln dollar cents. Keep the whole scene and whatever's going on around me, brain kind of cloud. Smoke out, feeling ready, ready to wet this party up. And whoever in that motherfucker nasty new street slugger, my heat, seat suckers on the regular mashing in a stolen black act. Integra, cock back, 60 seconds to the joint. That's when I'm dead and your feet hurt. You got a nice game, but my heat's worse. From another preaching church, I hear you love, now you eating dirt, needing work. And I ain't the nigga to put you on, cause word is born. When I was broke, I had to hustle till dawn. That's when the sun. About to go. $17 start. 15 bank uncirculated Lincoln dollar coins. 15 bank uncirculated. We break me bricks out to the paper chase and you relate to the shit I know God, shit I gotta take. If it's on, then it's on. Let's see. What do we have here now? Do you want to ride or die? Where's Buddha at? Where is Buddha at? West side, outlaws, Machiavelli gone, solo, Illuminati, 7 days.
Codex code review is industry gold standard. Our engineers ask for it by name. We've been relying on it for a long time here at RAMP. I'm Austin Ray. I lead the AI DevX team at RAMP, and this is what Codex unlocks. The current project I'm working on is On-Call Assistant, an AI-driven on-call helper to take most of the burden off of our engineers. Codex is a really solid harness for AI in agent form to help you solve complex problems and do software engineering. And I found that uniquely, Codex with GPT 5.4 is incredibly adept at dealing with complexity in a way that would take me a ton of mental effort, a lot of sleep, and a lot of single-minded focus. But Codex with GPT 5.4 just sort of handles it like it's nothing. At Ramp, engineers used to wait hours for a first review. Now, Codex gives them substantive feedback in minutes.
Introducing Drake's Tailgate Burger. 2 quarter-pound butcher blend patties and cheese. A whole lot of burger and a side for just $10.99. Your wallet will never see Drake's. Come play.
Yes, let me know if you're into knives, belt buckles, raw coins, or nickels, Lincoln cents, Kennedy halves, Eisenhower dollars, BU circulated errors, cell phones. Android and Apple. Simple skill. You can't have this one. This one has stories to tell. But Georgia National Championship belt buckle, 1980s. That's Herschel Walker, folks. If you need something to help you feel a little more safe, or maybe you're like me, you like Western Skinners. I'm about to get busy on these cleaning. That's why I ran the show, because I've been cleaning all day, prepping stuff, and I thought I'd just pop up, but I'm in no hurry. Maybe you need something more basic. But I'm up for whatever. And if I need to get to cleaning, I'll get to cleaning. Or if you're in need of a rad lighter. Got any fuel? Where is my fuel? 16. Wine toppers. Oh, hello. What's up? What's up? This is my banger. It needs to go into a case. Johnny Depp, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's my next step. Stevie Wonder. No one's bought it yet. Ooh. Shorty, you gonna be a thug? All right, folks, I'm getting to clean it for Sunday's show. Blazing these up. Have a great night. I'm out. Love you, mean it.